Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pod Spot, where we pop all the spots we love in professional wrestling. I am your host, Andre. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, my boy, the man with the hat that has all the plans, AWS. How you doing, sir?
There's S. Yeah, there we go. I'm doing all right. You know, I'm feeling very white shirt day, white shirt, black hat. I don't know why I was about to say gray morals. I don't have gray morals.
I don't know. You might.
I only have gray morals when it comes to Malcolm.
That's true.
Yeah. But I'm doing all right. This holiday season has been, weird. It's weird. It's weirdly fast. Like, not a lot has happened. Had a good Christmas. Obviously, Top Talent Saves Christmas was great.
Mm-hmm.
For my Christmas, all I really did was I went to JB's Diner with my mom, which really good diner food, by the way. Shout out JB's Diner. Definitely enjoyed it. They had a really good Philly cheesesteak that wasn't really a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah. I had a good Christmas. It's very low key. Hung out at home. Spent a lot of time with my mom. Had family over on Christmas Day. Had some friends over.
Nice.
Two of my oldest friends came over, and we just
Love
had
that.
we had a great Christmas day. Just enjoying the day. And then Boxing Day, I shoveled lunch. And then I went and announced the show. Then I came home, and then spent yesterday shoveling too, and that was a giant problem.
Yeah, no, the weather has been atrocious.
Yep. Yeah, it's been. I think we've gotten a dump of like probably 30 to 40 centimeters of snow over the last week or so. Actually, more than I think, because there was a dump before that. Probably like 40 to 50 centimeters of snow, and I don't think there was much snow all of last year, but we're here.
Yeah, in the last 2 days, we've gotten more white powder than the ending of Scarface. So I said it before 3 minutes. Shit, YouTube's gonna come get us.
Yeah. All right. Let's
get into the show. RCW Boxing Day Brawl, emanating from the Norwood Legion on Boxing Day 2025, the final show in Edmonton of the year for RCW. And this was a massive undertaking of a card. It was a massive card. And they always have pretty big cards with RCW. This is a 9-match card here. Definitely not the biggest card they've seen. I think the Vince Austin show was a 10-match card.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a 9-match card. Pretty beefy card. And before we begin, I do want to shout out the crowd. Despite that awful, atrocious weather, we had a pretty decent crowd in there.
The place was packed. They were pulling out extra chairs.
Yeah, they had to pull extra chairs.
People in the venue that were just standing the whole show. There was
standing room people, yeah.
Oh, dude, it was packed.
And a majority of those people are new people that I've never seen before, which is
they're
amazing.
Just very recently coming, because I saw some faces that I kind of seen at other shows, but I really feel like the independent scene is really exploding right now and really becoming very popular with a lot of fans, and I love it. I want to see more and more
expansion.
100%. I want to see more and more of it.
A lot of new people in a crowd is a really good thing, and that just shows you how good indie wrestling is doing these days. But we're going to begin with match number 1 of the evening. It is a title for title, winner take all match. It is the RCW British Commonwealth Champion, the Lion Warrior, Bobby Sharp, taking on the RCW North American Champion, your ultraviolent king and mine, Mitch Clarke. And as soon as I saw that this match was announced, I'm like, oh my God, this is like two of my favorite technical workers in the scene. Mitch obviously needs no introduction on that front. Bobby, he's got like a good eclectic mix of high flying and technical work. It's going to be sick. The only thing I'm sad about with this match is that because it's for the British Commonwealth Championship, they're only going to go 10 minutes, which is like
Yeah. So
Unfortunate.
this was the title for title, but because the British Commonwealth title was being defended, you do have to follow the rules of the match. So 10-minute time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they break out pretty quick with a really awesome chain wrestling sequence. Really a lot of drop down, go for the arm bar, go for the hammerlock. A lot of really, again, just masterful chain wrestling because, sometimes you need to begin a show with that. Like, I know TNA has like the psychology of starting with like a high flying thing, but I like when a show starts with like the technical grind the chain wrestling out. It just sets the tone for a show. We get a beautiful Rana by Bobby, and then he Rana's Mitch over the ropes and he lands on the floor, and then Bobby hits a beautiful tope suicida out onto him.
That looked great.
Very good, very good. We get back into the ring, and Mitch goes for a $1 Million Dream-esque submission maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
It was either a $1 Million Dream or a Kata Hajime. I went with the one that was a bit later, like Kata Hajime. I called it the Kata Michime.
I like it. I like it.
We get the ultra violent shake. One of my favorite moves that Mitch does. He gets 4 shakes.
Yeah, a bunch of shakes into the Doctor Bomb.
Yeah, and the crowd loved the ultra violent shake into the Doctor Bomb. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby gets out of it and gets up on the top rope, going for a big cross Bobby. But Mitch catches him on the way down and hits a beautiful Joe Hendry-esque fallaway slam for 2.5. Then Bobby locks in a crossface at one point, or a label lock if you want a better name for it.
No, it's crossface.
It was a crossface.
The label lock, you had to turn the arm the other way.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. So yeah, he locks in the crossface, but Mitch manages to grind his way over to the ropes and gets his hand on the ropes before any real damage happens. We get a beautiful Michinoku driver from Bobby for 2. Then we get the finishing sequence where Bobby goes for a swanton, only gets 2 because Mitch gets his foot on the rope. They get up. Mitch catches Bobby, hits the spinley.
Ludwig Van Driver.
Spinley. But Bobby rolls out, gets back up onto the apron after recovering. Mitch grabs him and goes for a suplex, but who comes out but Gussie Jones with his cowboy hat and his boot. He does the Rick Rude Bobby Heenan spot from WrestleMania 5, where he holds on to Mitch's feet as he's trying to suplex Bobby over, and Bobby uses that to like land on Mitch. But thankfully, Ian Smalls with actual eyes sees Gussie and rings the bell, throwing out the match and declaring it a no contest.
Yeah, Mitch was not happy.
I wouldn't be either if Gussie tried to fuck with me and get my match thrown out.
The post-match, I think, was the best part because Bobby ended up coming out to the outside, tosses Gussie in.
Yep.
And he gets hit with what?
That's Billy.
Ludwig Van Driver.
Billy.
Yeah. Satisfying as hell to see Mitch hit that Ludwig
We get
Van
the
Driver.
feel good. Gussie takes the spindly Ludwig Van Driver. And then Bobby gets back in the ring with Mitch, and they shake hands. Merry Christmas. I hope these two run it back at some point. Hopefully not like title for title. Like, as much as I love the title for title stipulation, I would like both of these guys to have a long title run. So if one of them drops the belt, maybe we can run this back. But I don't want to see these two titles getting unified anytime soon.
Me either. So up next
is
we had the special open challenge from one Mr. Steve Wild,
the legendary open challenge
mystery opponent.
Yeah,
or should we say opponents? Because
it turns out that their two opponents were Rebel Heart Just in Time and Lone Star Scotty. They can't even fit the silhouette.
Oh,
I
just
don't
get
know.
ready just get ready for more great graphic work for me on this show.
Yeah, no, I'm digging that. What is the weight distribution on this? Because Steve Wild, I didn't see how much he weighed.
He actually lost weight over the Christmas break. He's down from 249 and 3/4 pounds to 248 and 1/4 pounds.
Damn, he got rid of a pound and a half. Way to go, Steve.
Over Christmas, man. That's regimented dieting and working out, man.
Respect the discipline.
And then you have Justin Time at 161 pounds.
And then Scotty, he weighs, what was it? He weighed 150 pounds, and then the hat was 279 pounds. Like, what the is it like some bag of holding mystery where like all of Scotty's excess bulk went to the hat?
It's like Mjolnir. Only those who are worthy can wear it.
Fucking Mjolnir hat, man. God,
Hatnir. It's Hatnir.
At some point, the hat is going to weigh more than this world.
We'll see someday, maybe.
But yeah, no, they get in immediately, start attacking Steve, and put him on the back foot like really quick with some beautiful tag team.
I was in the middle of introing it, and they came in and started attacking. This is the first time I almost got attacked, and I had to like dive out of the ring.
Damn, the hazards of your workplace.
First time involved today.
Yeah, we get a really loud chop by Steve Wild here. I think he throws it at Justin. Yeah, no, he throws him a really loud chop. Then he gets his little wrench gimmick and bops Justin in the neck, in the throat. Look, I get it. It's just his thing. We get a really fun wet ab style spot where he like hooks Justin's legs in the ropes in the corner, gets up on the second rope, and then like jumps off and does like a headbutt to his groinal area,
to the perineum area,
to the perineum. Ugh. We get the part where they do the tag team thing where the partner distracts the ref so that the heel can cheat. And you said this, and you told me to put this in here. It's almost like Scotty is distracting the ref to help his tag partner's tag partner.
Yeah, because they do share a tag partner. Steve Wild and Scotty A share a tag partner in common in Mr. Steven Styles, who is both the RCW Canadian Tag Team Champions with Steve Wild and RCW International Tag Team Champions with Scotty A. So I don't know. I don't know. I thought there might have been a little collusion going on there.
And if you want to add to the collusion, on the next day in Calgary, all three of them did tag.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, great.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. We get just in time with a beautiful sunset flip to get a pin attempt on Steve, but Steve, with the greatest pin break, uses the leg clap to discombobulate. Loved that. Scotty gets a hot tag, but he goes for the final draw, and it gets countered by Steve in a Spike Dudley-esque way, where it looks like Scotty's going to go for like an acid drop, but just throws him off. And then
he went for his final draw, right?
Yeah, he went for final draw, and he got countered a little Spike Dudley style. Mm-hmm. We get the finish of the match where we get a thigh kick into a spinning neck breaker on Scotty, and then he grabs Justin, and he hits a release snapdragon suplex. Justin lands right on the back of his neck. Oh. And yeah, they looked brutal, but I talked to him after. He seems fine.
He looked worse afterwards, but yeah.
He was somewhere. Found him in the void. But yeah, no, release snapdragon suplex to Justin, and Steve gets the 3 and the win. He wins the handicap contest, the legendary open challenge, as it were. Post-match, this is a weird post-match.
Yeah.
So Scotty and Steve exchange words for a while. I can't really hear what is said, but it sounds like there's like a bit of a breakdown going on. Scotty goes for a handshake. Steve refuses and rebuffs him. And then they kind of stand here for a while. It's like they're waiting for someone to come out. The crowd,
I wonder who.
I wonder who it could be. They're yelling for Steve, obviously. And the crowd is like a little annoyed by this, and they start chanting, "Sit down, Chicken Little, it's Scotty." And I'm like, ah, man.
I had to turn my back away from the ring and just laugh because that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny. This crowd had a few zingers. I will be pointing them out as we go. But yeah, no response from Steve Styles. I assume he wasn't there at the moment. But eventually Scotty just gets frustrated and just leaves.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the post match. I mean, it was a fine match. We move on to match number 3. It is one Gussie Jones versus Esmeraldo Romano Fugazi. First thing I want to mention.
What your world Glizzy champion.
That's what I was about to mention. World Glizzy champion. I think Nate Nixon has some words to exchange with one Gussie Jones. I want to see on the next RCW show Gussie versus Nate in a hot dog eating contest to determine who is the true Glizzy champion of Edmonton indie wrestling.
I don't know. Gussie's really greasy. I feel like he could swallow a lot.
He probably could swallow a lot of diggity dog, but it's just like 50% of what I see on Nate's social media is him eating glizzies at hockey games. So it's like, true. I feel like it would be a good hot dog contest. Put it in there.
But Gussie hangs out with Jesus eating glizzies. So
yeah, I know. It's just like, but will Nate's mustache counteract that? That's a fun one to find out. So this match is it begins with a promo, which I was excited for.
Did you get the full recap of this?
I have a vague recap.
Do you want me to recap it? I can recap this. So
you go ahead. You go ahead and recap.
So Fugazi's in the ring, and he asked for the mic after Gussie got in the ring, and he said that Christmas was not great this year. He kind of reintroduced himself to the crowd. He said Esmeralda Romano Fugazi, and he goes, Christmas wasn't great for him because he couldn't get Christmas gifts for his kids.
Aww.
Because somebody puked in the back of his cab.
Damn.
And the people didn't want to go ride in his cab afterwards, and it's going to cost him to. He cleaned it up, but it still smelled like the smell, and it was taking a bit to get it fixed. So he hadn't had the money. And the culprit was
Who could it be?
Mr. Glizzy champion himself, Gussie Jones.
Damn. Of course it was Gussie.
And then Gussie takes the mic, says, I don't care. You want to know what Christmas was like at my household? There was nothing because I wasn't there. Like saying he wasn't even there and we found out Gussie has children.
Yep, he has kids. He doesn't give a shit about his kids.
I feel bad for whichever woman was violated by this man. And I don't mean it was anything bad, but just even consensually, it's still violating.
Yeah,
it's still a violation.
It's
even
just
consensually.
Weird to think about.
Dude, we have to see his gut when it pops out of his shirt. I don't want to see it. I couldn't even.
Yeah, I don't. It's a bad omen.
I couldn't even imagine the rest of him. It's just like.
He was like, I don't give a crap about your kids because I don't give a crap about my kids, and the crowd is just mercilessly booing him at this point. He talks for a bit longer, but I don't really hear what he says because
he was started mumbling at this point.
Yeah, in the middle of his sentence, he just bops Ezzy in the head. And
then he starts beating the shit out of him with the mic.
He starts ground and pounding Fugazi here.
Oh, no, he kept smashing him with the mic.
With the mic, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he eventually stops. He goes
No,
up and
he didn't stop.
he doesn't
Me
stop,
and Ian were the ones that pulled him off of him.
which is fair. Yeah, you guys.
Then he threatens to punch me, and I'm like, I'll punch you right back. And he kind of was
good. Yeah, you stand your ground. He's gave you fake money once.
Yeah, dude pays me off with fake money. I don't trust this man. If he threatens to punch me, I'll threaten to punch him back. And then,
exactly.
So I bail out of I get out of the ring at that point as Ian gets control of this stuff.
This contest, he finally rings the bell.
And then Gussie's taking off his coat.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Isn't it like Fugazi spears him out of his boots?
He's still his coat like down here. He's taking it off too.
Yeah,
it's like halfway down, so his arms are like tied up when he gets speared.
Oh, he's got the Mr. T Starcade 94 issue. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. And so his jacket is half off, and Fugazi spears him out of his boots while his hands are tied behind his back, effectively, and he gets the quick and immediate 3 count.
Mm-hmm.
And out of nowhere, as Fugazi wins Christmas, is what I wrote here.
I think it was like maybe like a 5 to 7 second match in total from bell to pin.
I mean, I expected it to be short, but I didn't think it was going to be this short. Like, our review is 90% Gussie lore at this rate.
Yeah.
How does Fugazi fit into the Gussie cinematic universe?
He's the cabbie that got revenge.
The Gussie.
In reality, Gussie is the Thanos in all of this, like a very shitty Thanos.
instead of 6 Infinity Stones, it's 6 bags of bottles.
The Infinity bottles.
The Infinity bottles. And if he's Thanos, does that make like I'm not well versed in Marvel? Does that make Weston like Ultron or something?
I don't know. I would say Weston's got to be Doctor Doom then.
Oh, and then friggin' Trent can be Ultron because he's jacked.
Sure.
I don't know. Anyway, that was a fun match. It was a really fun, quick contest. A little feel-good moment for the fans. We get match number 4 next. We get one Family Jewels representer himself, Rick Jules, in his first ever singles contest since coming back, taking on the German powerhouse Kat Von Hees. Now, I was excited when I found out this match is happening because I love Kat. She's great. And Rick really hasn't had a chance to do anything one-on-one since coming back. He's only been in like multi-mans, so kind of makes sense that I would be mildly excited about this.
He returned in a tag match with Goose.
Yeah, and then he was in the big, battle royal style thing in the Vince Austin show.
Yeah.
So I was excited about this. We get Kat getting trapped in the corner early, but hip checks Rick out of the corner as she's like going to attack her. He I think he just runs into the opposite corner and hits it weird because he ends up sitting down in the corner. And then we get the big running hip attack from Kat. That was cool. The big running story with this match for the fans, and I'm really sorry about this, Rick, is that people keep throwing abuse at Rick Jules because he doesn't have a belt and his ass is showing. It's a lot of plumber's crack chants. I feel bad.
Especially from the lady that was behind you.
Yeah. That one that was, definitely having a lot of fun. We get Kat's big, kick combo, like elbow kick into a Samoan drop. I personally call that the Cat scratch combo, but if Kat has a name for it, please do let us know. Into the Samoan drop, into her big senton for 2. I love that sequence personally. We get the finish of the match, the Green Goblin moment, as I called it, where Rick, he hears his mask talking to him, and he picks it up, and then he's like, oh, wait, I can use this. He has it ready to get a shot on Kat, but obviously, I think it's Ben reffing this match. Ben sees it. Or was it
he tells him not to. The ref told him not to, But like Jules kind of had the change of heart himself and put it back in the corner.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he
eventually,
stopped himself in
which
the
is
end.
good. He's not fully gone yet.
No.
He puts the mask down, but Cat obviously takes control, manages to lock him into a sharpshooter, and Rick Jules taps out Cat Von Hees with the big win. Everyone loved it, especially this one little girl. Shouts out to this one little girl, first wrestling
Oh, right
show,
behind you, yeah.
right behind me. She was loving Cat. I think Cat was like her second favorite, and her favorite was like Steve Wild, which was crazy. Uh, I I mean, teach their own.
Yeah, the
I
little girl bought a her parents bought her a Steve Wild sweater.
yeah, they did buy her an old school violence shirt. And again, it's not that I hate Steve Wild. I've come to respect him a lot more in the recent months, but I
We
would
love what
not
we
put him in
love.
my top 10 favorites.
No, me either. But again,
Yeah.
absolutely incredible professional wrestler. I'm just not a fan. But yeah, this little girl loved him, and she was so excited. She ran up to ringside so she could get a high five from Kat. And I know she
Yeah.
went and got a picture with Kat at her mother was asking me, will she get a chance to take a picture with Kat? I'm like, oh yeah, she'll be out in intermission. Go, she's over there at the merchandise table. You'll go find her. She'll be happy to take a picture. And I know the little girl got her picture with Kat, so I know she was super happy about that.
I love new fans like this. Like, I get super happy, and the cockles in my heart warm. But we get a little bit of post match where Kat offers a handshake and Rick refuses it. That's pretty much it. I think there's just definitely some conflicting demons in Rick Jules' head, and that he's got to work out over the end of the year. So we'll see if he has his stuff in order in the new year. But we move on to match number 5, originally advertised as Sean Martins versus KB6. Very happy about this contest on paper. We both seem to really enjoy headline Sean Martins, and we both really enjoy KB6. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a fun contest. So Sean Martins comes out, and then first of all, I have to talk about this part. He gets you to lift up the rope, and a lot of people behind me were like, he should have just let the rope go and hit Sean in the balls. Do you want to explain why you shouldn't have done that?
Okay, because again, we have an RCW head office. I don't want to risk my pay. I don't want Sean Martins coming after going to the head office complaining about me and getting me fined and stuff. So like I just did it. Because usually he makes the referee do it, but he made me do it this time, and I'm like,
and it's like he knows he has you by the bowels because he called you fat boy while you was doing it, and I'm like, come on.
I was ready to slap him for that, but I'm like, I'll smack Gussie because it's Gussie, but I'm afraid of getting hit by Sean Martins because dude is pretty goddamn strong. Yeah. Gussie's built like a blob. Martins is built like a brick shithouse. So
yeah, exactly. There's a difference there. Then KB6 comes out, but before KB6 could even get that far into his entrance, I was
about to start yelling King Bright of the 6, and fucking Wild.
Fucking Steve Wild comes out, hits him from behind, beats him down. He throws KB6 into the ring, and then him and Sean just start wailing on KB6. They go to do the spike pile driver on KB6, and that I'm like, oh God, no. But thankfully, someone in KB's corner came out. It's one Dirty Dalton Rogue comes out. There's a little bit of jaw jacking as after Dalton saves KB. KB grabs the mic and he says, yeah, I knew you were a bit too much of a coward to face me one-on-one, Sean. So how about I've got my boy here, Dalton Rogue. You've got Steve Wild there. Let's make this a tag match. And obviously Sean's like, no. I signed up for a singles match. You're not getting a tag match. And with some masterful assistance from a ring announcer, the crowd starts chanting chicken. Very well done. And Sean gets pissed because the crowd chants chicken. And we get the tag match. It's now Sean Martins and Steve Wild versus KB6 and Dirty Dalton Rogue. We get some Dalton and Sean starting out this match. Very happy. And my favorite thing that they do in this opening sequence is they just keep reversing hip tosses repeatedly. I think there's like 7 hip toss reversals
until Dalton gets hip tossed over the rope onto the apron.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was like TNA Impact, the video game, where you just have constant reversals of the hip tosses. Very happy about that. Steve gets the wrench out again. We get another fun thing from Steve here. Steve gets Dalton with a nose hold. I love the nose hold. It's such a stupid thing that never happens, but I love when it happens. Sean Martins kicks Dalton in the kidney. This match is a lot of beat Dalton down and then build to the KB6 hot tag. We get KB6 with the hot tag, and he breaks out his jiu-jitsu kickboxing, and I'm like, oh my god, it's kickboxing day. Very happy with that. Moment where both of us got angry in real time as KB6 tags out to Dalton like 5 seconds after his hot tag, and we were all like, why would you hot tag? And then we had an incredible sequence that after that tag to Dalton, including a cannonball from KB6, and after that he went into the hands and knees, and we got a poetry in motion hesitation drop kick from Dalton. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
and then it was beautiful.
Like
that
coming off the back and then just floating through the air for that second or two, and then bam, that drop kick was absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And we get a little bit of finisher mania. KB hits a Rough Rider on Steve Wild, then hits an NAA on Sean Martins. We get this beautiful. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a slingshot tope by Dalton here, where like Dalton ran the ropes and then KB picked him up and basically yeeted him out over the top rope onto the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. We get the finishing sequence. We get a cheap shot where Steve hits KB on the outside. They brawl on the outside, while inside, Sean hits an Eye of the Storm on Dalton for the 3, and the heels pick up the win in the big tag match. And it's sad because we did not get any final lift into Dirty Drop. I apologize, Dalton. That is what it was called, that move in the last episode. The final lift into the Dirty Drop. And now you know. This was a fun tag match.
It was a good match. I really did enjoy this. I'm always a big fan of Dalton Rogue because I think the dude's absolutely incredible. I've been watching him since his MPW days, when he was under a mask with another young man in this area, Son of Irish, who was also under a mask. They were Birds of Prey, I want to say.
Wow.
Kid Cyanide? I can't remember. I can't remember their names when they were doing that. But again, absolutely incredible wrestlers, and I've watched Dalton just evolve into the amazing professional he is. KB6 again, another guy I've been watching since his MPW days. Absolutely incredible. He actually KB6 came up with T.Y Jackson. They were a tag team.
Yeah, they were in a tag team. I remember that.
Yeah, and they came and he's done absolutely incredible. Has been traveling for wrestling, and Martins and C Wild again. We say it every time. They're absolutely both incredible professional wrestlers, and just know how to make somebody hate them in the best possible way.
They are.
It
is years of scientific hatred, which is great. But we move on to match number 6, the final match before intermission, and as is tradition in RCW, it's a Harlan Abbott match before intermission. Harlan Abbott taking on one Jax Wilder. I am very happy about Jax Wilder. He has had a meteoric rise recently in the last few months. He's been rubbing shoulders with some of the top trainers in Western Canada. He had that really cool, good stint in the Revolution Rumble at Love Pro, where he
eliminating Blaze.
he eliminated Blaze. Was very, very happy with this guy's rise so far.
Again, he was in the tag team match for the vacant international titles a couple months ago. Him and JJ Spade.
Team way.
Triple J, as I like to call them.
Triple J. Jackson.
Sorry, Double J. Yeah, Triple J. JJ Spade and Jack Swallow. Triple J, baby.
Triple J all day.
And they were in there, like, absolutely incredible. Like he's been having just a great run. I loved, like, he came up in through LPW. And then just been appearing on RCW shows and other promotions. I think he's doing absolutely incredible, and I want more and more from this dude. I remember when he first showed up in LPW, I'm like, I'm not sure about this guy. I am all in on Jax Wilder.
Hell yeah, brother. Me too,
incredible.
Man.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So we get the good old handshake at the beginning, and you told me to write this down. Harlan healing with the power of sportsmanship and ketchup chips.
Because what did you say?
I said a test of strength because it was a handshake for sportsmanship immediately into a test of strength. And for some reason, you heard test of strength as ketchup chips. Do you need a hearing aid?
Yes. Handshakes and ketchup chips. That's how Harlan is healing the world.
Yeah. So this is it's kind of, I don't like to be redundant on this show often, but this match is pretty standard in the sense of Harlan Abbott match in RCW. A lot of really big spots building up to like the huge spots at the end. But the crowd eat it up every time. They eat it up every time. Like ketchup chips. We get the standard, as is standard in a Harlan Abbott match, we get the Harlan Abbott gaslighting, hashtag gaslight girl boss Harlan Abbott. We get, I don't know why I wrote that. I'm gonna pretend I didn't say that.
I'm gonna clip that.
Okay, great. All right, I'm a meme now. But yeah, no, he keeps saying, you know, Jax, no one likes you, Jax. You should just stay down. He just loves doing this, and I get it. If he can get it, at one point it's going to work, and someone's gonna be like, all right, lay down, take the 3. We get the big kick combo from Harlan for 2. Harlan gets Jax up for a stalling suplex for 10 seconds. Very well done there.
That was great. I love that. That 10-second suplex was really good.
Yeah, really good stalling suplex. Jax manages to catch a kick from Harlan, catches the leg, and spins him around and hits a beautiful looking axe kick right on the small of Harlan's back. Very cool looking. Jax counters Harlan's burning hammer with a big disaster kick for 2. Very cool. Mostly the story of this match is Jax trying to lock in his arm bar, which he calls the Spirit Crusher. Great name, by the way.
We learned something that night.
Yeah, there you go. He keeps going for the Spirit Crusher, but Harlan keeps managing to get out of it. We get an attempt at a healer driver, reversed into the Spirit Crusher for a second. That gets countered into a super kick. But Jax manages to like get his second wind as he's bouncing off the rope and hit a beautiful pop-up forearm. Both men are down. Really good sequence. We get another good sequence where they're doing the boo, yay punches. At one point, Jax rears up and he almost goes Super Saiyan for a second as he rears back and goes for a big punch, but gets cold clocked by Harlan right in the nose. Harlan then goes for a kick, but Jax puts up the arms and blocks it, and then he hits a fisherman buster on Harlan for 2. Very beautiful, like almost like, you know, bare knuckle brawl style spot there.
Yeah.
We get the finish where Jax once more goes for the Spirit Crusher, manages to lock it in for a second, but Harlan quickly counters out of it, kicks Jack in the gut, hooks him up for the healer driver, does the extra lift for power, brings him down, gets the 3 in a really fun and competitive contest between these two men.
And then did we get some more sportsmanship?
We did get a little bit of sportsmanship at the end. because every Harlan RCW match must begin and end with a little bit of sportsmanship, unless otherwise stated.
And then goes to the back for those ketchup chips,
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, no, this was a fun match, and it was a great. The crowd ate it up, especially the new people that haven't seen Harlan. They've learned that Harlan is he's good.
Yeah. So then we went to intermission. Then I was told, 2 minutes till we go back. So I announced 2 minutes, and then as soon as I finished announcing 2 minutes,
Steve is up in
the music booth and starts playing the music, and I'm like, well, I guess we're starting now, and I jump back in the ring.
Yeah, so that was a fun little intermission. We move on to match number 7. It is the Holiday Hardcore match. Stellar picture editing as always. It is the Holiday Hardcore match. Nate Nixon, nasty Nate Nixon, mind you. He by the way, he comes out in like a Christmas themed getup with like a sweater and a big Christmas hat. Very happy with that. And he is taking on, of course, one T.Y Jones. Not wearing his shirt today, but I was wearing his shirt on the day. And he is... You said you're all in on Jax Wilder. I think the person that I am the most all in on from this year, besides Chad Mills, is T.Y Jones. Like, this is the guy that I have latched on and is like, he is my favorite breakout star this year.
Okay, can I talk a little bit about T.Y Jones? So, Matthias for the longest while was a kind of a Calgary exclusive wrestler. He never really wrestled up here. And then before we started the Postlet, I was doing a show called Chop Talk, on Backbreaker Video and on Andre Melville Wrestling Talk. So Mel actually went to Calgary early this year and ended up going to a show in Calgary that Othais is on. And I guess he was already a fan of Chop Talk at the time. And he said, "Oh my God, am I going to be on the show?" Like, he literally asked her, and we ended up talking about the show, and she talked about Othais. And that was kind of my introduction to who Othais really is. And then I came up to Edmonton and I finally got to meet him. And the dude is absolutely a gem of a human being. He's a
wonderful human being.
Yeah. I'm down with Othais Jones. Let's go. Yeah, but that's kind of like how I was introduced to Othais Jones, is through Mel when she went to Calgary for a random Calgary show.
Yeah, and that's a great little story about Othais. But now he's coming up to Edmonton a lot more. Very happy seeing him as often as possible. And he loves seeing people wearing his merch. He loves me. He loves us. He loves everyone that loves him. So it's like really cool.
I just can't really wear his merch at shows, so I got to wear my nice clothes.
Yeah, you have to wear your legally required outfit. But yeah, no, we get a little promo out the start of this match. Nate is like, "Hey, wait a minute, you're not Moondog," and Othais is like, "Yeah, I'm not Moondog. You don't know who I am. I'm not Moondog. I'm a hungry dog."
It literally says on his sites, the hungriest dog on his sites.
He is the hungriest dog. Man's got to eat. And he cuts off the promo after a bit of talking by bopping Nate on the head with a microphone.
He learned from Gussie, I guess.
He did learn from Gussie, which is, if you're going to learn anything from Gussie, take advantage of your opponent at the beginning of the match is the one thing I would say is a good lesson you could take from Gussie.
Don't take fashion tips. Don't take money tips. Nothing like that. Just how to attack your opponent.
The only thing you should take from Gussie is take advantage of your opponent at the beginning of a match and
also take his bottles.
Hot dog. I was going to say also the bottles. I was going to say possibly hot dog eating tips, but that's the only other thing.
Let's get into this one. A plunder watch. What did we get for plunder on this show, on this match?
There was, what? Surprisingly, it was a lot less plunder than I thought there was going to be in this match.
A few pieces.
There was the microphone used at the beginning. There was Nate's sweater was used as a choking apparatus at some point in this match. And there were 2 Christmas gifts.
Well, there was also a Santa. There was also the Santa standee.
There was the Santa standee. I did not see that used, but yes, that was
They
there.
did. He smacked him with it.
Oh, okay.
Nate
I
smacked
didn't
him
see
with it.
that.
Yeah.
That was a point where I was looking down. But yeah, no, that was like 5 plunder items in this match, which is definitely low for a standard RCW hardcore match, but I'll take it. Yeah, we get brutal. We get some more brutal. This is the loudest chops in the night. We're in this match, which I think is fair. Some brutal chops. We get everyone's favorite Nate Nixon move, the nasty German.
Almost landing on the steps.
Yeah, no, he almost because he positioned him in the place he always positions someone for the nasty German, but it just turns out that the steps were there this time. So he kind of
slid out and landed bum first on the steps.
It's like he sat on the steps after he finished, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to say this one, but we get the Nate Nixon chop where he spits in his hand before he chops. I called it the chop Tua because he spit on that thing. I apologize. I am brain rotted. Nate Nixon, you get 1 free chop on me in the new year.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, no, Nate, you get 1 free chop on me in the new year. You can redeem that at any show.
I'll film it.
Yes, film it, please. We get Othias at one point. He is thrown into the chairs. He gets the crowd to move, and he just yeets Othias into the chair, and he goes halfway back into the audience there. We get the 2 gifts come out. Othias get a suplexing Nate around the gifts, but not into the gifts.
Well, he actually suplexed him through one of the gifts when
later.
It's set up on the chairs a little bit.
When it's set up
after this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the thin gift. He suplexes. Yeah. This was when I was on the other side and I wasn't watching. But he suplexes Nate into the thinner gift, which is just like a 2x4.
Yeah,
it looked like. They get thrown back into the ring. There's a big cross body from Othias, but Nate actually has the wherewithal to roll through on this one. He rolls through and picks up Nate and picks up Othias on his shoulders, but Othias manages to counter out of it into a really beautiful looking, swinging neck breaker. Very happy with how that looked. They set up the gift in the corner as
and it
Nate
falls down a couple times.
It does because they're very intense, and Nate hit the big corkscrew splash that he does off the top rope. So yeah, we fell down a couple times. Nate eventually DVDs Othias into the gift. And he gets the 3. And Nate picks up the win in the Holiday Hardcore match. I almost called it the Holiday Heist match. That was something else. Post match, we get a little bit of a show of respect as Nate picks Othias up. Gives him his flowers, as so to speak. There, this was a fun match. Could have had a bit more plunder, but honestly, I'm kind of glad we had a lower, lighter tone hardcore match to end the year. Yeah. We will move swiftly on to match number 8 of the evening, semi-main event. It is T.Y Jackson versus white shirt William Taylor. The
White
Mad
shirt.
Lad himself, his singles debut in RCW, from what I understand, because the only other time he's been here, he tagged with Rich and Nate in that one show earlier this year,
and then he tagged with Nate in Leduc.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was super excited when I saw this match got announced because T.Y is great. William Taylor is great. They're going to put on a great match together. We get much similar to Mitch and Bobby at the beginning. We get some great chain wrestling at the start. Then we get a good sequence where William Taylor hits a Gunther-style powerbomb, the one where he drops him and then immediately stacks on top of him. But T.Y manages to kick out of the pin in such a way where he is now standing on his head and then he hits a beautiful like rewind head scissors onto Taylor. Great sequence at the beginning. Ty goes up top, but Will jumps up and hits a avalanche exploder suplex. Looked amazing.
That was I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and he gets a 2 off of that. We get the cross arms. Yeah, this cross arm suplex where he sets up Ty, crosses his arms underneath, and then hits a standard suplex, which I thought was really cool because you never really see someone cross arms like that. We get the Ushigoroshi from William Taylor countered into the Ty King kick combo. It's like awesome. A lot of combinations because everyone has like combinations on this show. And Ty has his big kick combo here. Hits an Os cutter for a really close 3. I have here 2.8675309.
4.
4. Thank you. I forgot the 4. Ty catches the kick, and there's a fatal 4. Oh no, sorry. William Taylor catches a kick, and then there's the fatal 4plex, which is the one where he like lifts Ty's leg and then does this backdrop suplex.
Yeah, so I really liked that. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've never seen that, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We get the finish of the match. William Taylor goes down to a super kick. Ty goes up top, and we get the picture perfect Ty Swanton for the 3 and the big win for T.Y. Jackson. And then we get the post match where both men are in the ring and they're jaw jacking. And then we suddenly get transported into 1984's Clue because Colonel Mustard shows up. And I call him Colonel Mustard because it's just a guy in like a boiler suit with a white balaclava or yellow balaclava on. So
I wonder who would wear a yellow balaclava.
Clearly someone who had to do the snow removal outside. So it was Colonel Mustard in the showroom with a forearm to Ty's head. He takes off the boiler suit first to reveal he's wearing a white nasty shirt. And then to completely kill the tension, he takes off the balaclava. It is one nasty Nate Nixon. And they both hug and they do their catchphrase, "Mad lads do mad tings." Which the Mad Lads are reunited once again in RCW. And they start taking the boots to Ty, start beating him down. They hit a super buck nasty on T.Y. Jackson as the crowd boos. They go to set up another one, but before they can hit it, Othias Jones runs out with a pipe. He'll pipe you. He runs out with a pipe, and he saves the day, saves T.Y., and it looks like we're building to a Mad Lads versus OTYS match.
So, yeah, I look forward to seeing where this goes.
Yeah.
But I got to talk about the crowd for a minute because one William Taylor, his brothers don't even like him. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I didn't even – the second he came out, there was just this group of 4 people on the other side of the crowd. And they just start relentlessly booing William Taylor, which I guess is fair because they are his brothers.
They were his brothers. And then T.Y. goes around to where they are, and they're like, yeah, they're celebrating with T.Y. before the match. Yeah. They're all into it, but they hate the brother. I'm like, man, this guy is such a jackass that even his brothers don't like him.
What a dick.
Yeah. He's so mad.
He's too mad of a lad. It's crazy. But this was a great match. Great little palate cleanser before we got the championship caliber of the match again.
I love me some White Shirt. I think the dude, like, he's been one of my favorites because he debuted a couple of years back at Top Talent Wrestling. Then he got hurt. He was out for a good while. Then he returned this past year. Has had such an incredible run in LPW, and now coming to RCW and just being absolutely tremendous. I've become a big fan of T.Y. Jackson, man. The second raddest man alive after Rich King. And absolutely think he's tremendous, and I can't wait to see what 2026 brings for both these guys, because I think 2026 for both these men is going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they're going to have a great 2026. You can just tell by this last match of 2025 that they're going to kill 2026. But speaking of men who will kill 2026, it is the main event of the evening. It is a match for the RCW Canadian Championship. It is Real Talk, Dean Richtor.
Time to fist.
I chanted time to fist at him the entire night, and he was, I'm going to get to it. And he's taking
It was
on,
you. You want to funny? It was you.
And then
it
Nigel.
Was Weston King Sucks, and it was Samantha Vines. The three of you.
The three.
And their friend with them. That was with them.
The four Triforces of Time to Fisters. And he is, of course, taking on the RCW Canadian Champion, the man of the North, the King of the North, the radsest man alive, Rich King.
So screw you, Dean. As I'm about to, you're RCW Canadian, and he fucking drop kicks Rich, and I'm like, God damn it! And to bail out of the ring again.
Completely ruins his entrance. Yeah. It's like, you can't ruin Kiss from a Rose, man. That cover is too blessed.
And I was literally about to say, you're RCW Canadian Champion, the raddest champion alive, Rich King, and he ruined it for me. God damn.
Yeah, completely.
The intro I love more than, I'm sorry to say, this is the intro I love more than probably anybody else right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you ruined it for me, Dean. You ruined it for me.
You completely ruined it. At one point, this is like, there's pre-beat up before the match begins. Rich does try and come up with an offense during this. He manages to get Dean onto a chair, and he hits a flying knee into the chair, into Dean, which is cool. But eventually, Dean does take control. We get the 10. He goes for 10 tip punches because he gets up into Dean on the chair, and he goes for the 10 count punches. But Dean reverses it into an inverted atomic fist drop, as I called it. Because he does fist, despite the fact that he kept shouting at me that he does not fist. It is very true that he fists.
You can't say that.
He gets his big choke fist on the apron, which is the hardest place of the ring, as we all know. We get a haluva fist as the bell rings, and then we actually do begin in earnest with a big Euro uppercut from Rich King. Richtor manages to catch Rich with a spinning fist arm out of the corner, though. We get this stupid one where I think it's Dean sets up Rich in the ropes. So Rich is bent. He's standing on the apron, bent inside. His chest is like, his hips are here. He's on the inside. And then he sets him up like this and then kicks him repeatedly in the chest.
The three fists of the Bodran, you call it?
Yeah, I wrote it the 3 feats of the Bowery, because it is like Sheamus's 10 beats of the Bowery, where he does that with his arm.
Yeah.
But instead of beats, it's feats because it's kicks. And there's only 3 of them. I thought it was funny, at least. We get a top rope fist butt, which is a head butt. Owl, but it's only for 2.
Don't say fist butt again, please. Please don't.
I won't say it until the next time it happens. Rich rolls up Dean for a small package for 2, dodges the fist arm, and he hits the final cut. Very cool. We get a ultimate combo, king combo of lariats from Rich here, where he hits like 4 or 5 lariats in a row. Very beautiful. We get he throws him into one corner, and he gets the knee to the face, the jumping knee to the face. Throws him into another corner, immediately hits him with another knee to the face. Then we get the finishing sequence, the tornado DDT into a cradle shock for 2, because the cover was slightly too delayed on Rich's part, because he was a bit, overstimulated and had to figure out where Dean was. So it's just unfortunate. They do a lap around. He He throws Dean outside, and Rich follows him. They do a lap around. They roll back in, and Dean tries to take advantage with a big boot, but he misses it. He misses it. Dean hits a couple of Euro uppercuts, hits his choke bomb for 2. Then we get the finishing sequence. My apologies. Dean picks up the Canadian belt. Ian sees it, is like, obviously, you can't use that, Dean. And he gives Ian Smalls the belt. He's like, put it away. Dean's like, put it away. He goes to give it to you. And while he's doing that, he pops Rich King in the balls, goes up top, and this is where I come in. I get a little bit of an MVP thing here because he goes up top, and I start chanting "Time to Fist," and he's like, "You son of a bitch! You stop that right now!" And that distracts him for just long enough for Rich King to jump up to the top rope and hit an avalanche Rich Olympic slam. Immediately pops up, immediately picks up Dean again, hits a second punctuating Rich Olympic slam, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still RCW Canadian Champion, Rich King.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally got to yell your RCW Canadian Champion, Rich King. But
finally, after the heresy that occurred at the beginning of the contest.
Yeah.
This was a super fun match. Very happy with how it went. Glad to see Rich is still on top at the end of the year. Cannot wait to see if I really genuinely have high hopes that Rich is going to hold this belt for the whole year in 2026.
Me too.
Yeah, we can all. That's all we can do is hope, right?
I think so. I really.
But if anyone could do it, it's absolutely Rich.
Oh yeah, Rich King could do that 365-day reign with standing on his head. That's how good he is. But yeah, I thought absolutely tremendous show. I had such a great time with this show. But
fist butt.
Where? No. You're not allowed to say that. What is your match of the night, sir?
Yeah, okay. This one was one that I genuinely had to think about for a couple days. It could genuinely have been any of the last 4 or the opener. They were all really good. I am going to give it to the Canadian title match. After some deep reflection, I think that this is the best one. Very close second is Jackson Harlan. But, yeah, no, this one is... it had everything I wanted. It had counters. It had Andre getting pissed off. It had Dean getting pissed off. It had me helping Rich win at the end. It was everything you could want in a match and more. It was a perfect send-off to the year. I enjoyed it. What about you? What's your match of the night?
Same one, RCW Canadian Championship match. Just it punctuated on such a great night of wrestling. Great ending, great match overall. Just a lot of fun time, and I'm going to give it to the Canadian Championship.
Yeah, very, very good choice.
With a close second being White Shirt versus T.Y.
That one, yeah, no, like I said, any of the last 4 and the opener could have had a chance at match of the night. They were all so good.
And no disrespect to the other matches, they were all really good too.
Yeah, all of the matches were good. It's just those were the main ones that I was thinking of. They were all. It was a great show. Like, genuinely, everyone did such an amazing job on this show.
Yeah. So, before we get out of here, we're going to talk a little bit about Calgary.
Oh, right. Okay.
So,
Bet.
So the final RCW show of the year was Holiday Fallout in Calgary.
Yep.
I think, 1, 2, 3... 3 of the people on that poster were there.
Yeah, I know which ones were there as well. Yeah, and they're ironically the 3 in the back.
Yeah. So, started out, Dalton Rowe defeated Scotty Ace in a singles match. Shawn Martins defeated Sam Drake. Mo Jabari defeated the Aussie legend, otherwise known as former PWA wrestler Dylan Knight. Machete defeated Ava Lawless to retain the Alberta Heritage Championship. Harlan Abbott defeated our boy Othias Jones.
Damn.
Tango Tyler Rose.
Yes.
Defeating Moondog Manson to become the new RCW Hardcore Champion.
Wow, they knocked off Moondog. That is... I saw that picture on Facebook, and I was like, "Holy crap! It actually happened. Someone took the belt off Moonduck."
Mm-hmm. And then your main event of the show. So Farmer
Yep.
Jake and the Prophets teaming up to face off against Old School Violence and their partner, Scotty Ace.
Oh boy.
So after the stuff we had here in Edmonton on Friday,
Yep.
Steve had, I guess, enough pull to get these two together, get Scotty Ace back out there for a second match to team up with Old School Violence. So the Steve and Scotty put their issues aside enough to work together for Steven Styles, I guess. And the winners were Steven Styles and Scotty Ace. I don't think it's over between Steve Wild and Scotty Ace, though, because again, they're kind of fighting over a person in a way here.
Yeah, they really are fighting over who.
Why you fight over Steven Styles, I don't know, but
oh god, we get to March and we're having Steve Wild versus Scotty Ace in custody of Steven Styles ladder match.
Oh my god, no. My God,
please no. Or have Steven Styles above the ring in a shark cage.
But that was 2025 in the world of RCW.
2026 coming fast.
Yeah. So we started this earlier this year. Probably about halfway through the year, we started with, it was a CWE event.
No, RCW Showtime with Hollywood AJ.
Hollywood AJ. I mean, yeah. That was the first show we did. That was like June-ish area.
June, mid to late June.
Yeah, and I've had a great time doing this show this year. We will be back in the new year. We do have plans over the next week or two to bring you our best of the year. It does include stuff from it can include shows from before we started covering. Just we were there, so we can talk about it. Yeah. So yeah, lots of great stuff coming. 2026 we'll be back. The next show that we're going to be covering for sure will be RCW's
New Year's Retribution.
Event, New Year's Retribution featuring the Battleground Rumble, which is going to be happening on
another Rumble. Yay!
At least this one was a little bit away from the other ones, and technically in the right month.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna be getting that on January. That show's happening is it Saturday, January
10th? Yeah,
I think it's Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. January the 10th. You'll be able to see. I'll be back bringing announcing there if you want to come out. It's Norwood Legion in Edmonton for RCW. But yeah, lots of great wrestling action coming up in the new year. We have LPW at the end. 2 LPW shows that we're going to be covering at the end of January, where I will actually be getting to ring announce on the LPW
on the clandestine show. Very nice.
So I'll be as of right now, as long as the weather works with me and I can get to the venue, I'm working that show. So yeah, lots of great stuff to come with Shop Talk on right here on Backbreaker Video. And we
Shop Talk.
No, sorry, on I'm sorry, my brain not working.
His brain. Yeah, it's fine.
But we have more stuff coming in the new year. We are looking to start a new show called Pop Swap Presents, where we are looking to talk to some local independent wrestlers and other wrestlers that we can just get on the horn with and chat about the world of independent professional wrestling and the world of professional wrestling in general.
I'm actually super excited about Pop Swap Presents. We've had a few people on the line that we might get a good time to talk with, and I really want to pick some of their brains. I'm very excited.
And as of right now, our plan for the first one in January will be the man I actually had interviewed over the last year, Mr. Kamikaze. We're going to bring him back. We're going to chit chat about the world of professional wrestling, everything he's been doing since he's returned, because I interviewed him about a year and change ago. Just after he returned, just a few months after he came back to professional wrestling. Now he's been back for a couple of years now. I like to chit chat about all the tours he's been on, everything he's been doing. We're going to chit chat about that, the world of professional wrestling, everything he loves outside of the world of professional wrestling, just so you can get to know some of the wrestlers you love. And we've got more coming up throughout the year. Maybe a little sneak peek. You might actually get to learn about the referee side of the business. That's all I'm going to say.
Woo!
But yeah, lots of great stuff coming from the Pop Swap in the new year. And I want to thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
I said your real name, AWS. I want to thank you so much for joining up with me this year, doing this, and
for sure.
It's been a blast, man.
Yeah, if I can be real for a second, I really I was just a fan, and for a few years, meeting you in like 2016. This friendship is kind of it blossomed, and I guess now we're technically best friends at this point, because someone couldn't win Jeopardy. Yeah, no. When you offered the opportunity in June to come on this show and help you review Edmonton indie wrestling, I was so excited for it because I'm kind of like in a weird place with what I want to do with my life, being almost 30 at this point. This has kind of grounded me a significant amount and has given me a reason to like focus on stuff. This genuinely has helped my mental so much, and I can't wait to keep doing it with you. I love this show, and I love that I'm just shooting the shit with my friend on a show. It's so cool.
Yeah, more is coming 2026 right here on Backbreaker Video. You can find so much more content. But before we get out of here, let's let them know where they can find us in the meantime.
Absolutely. You can find me, AWS, on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyYEG. And if you want to watch me, my buddy Andre, and my currently second best friend, if he can win Jeopardy again, I'm just kidding. My best friend Malcolm, shooting the shit, watching Power Rangers and reviewing it. I swear that we will have new episodes out in the new year. I will not allow no new episodes in the new year. Trust me, I'm going to make sure. I'm going to help out with the editing if I have to. But you can check out the Morphomania podcast at youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515. And because it's Christmas, I got to shout out my boys at the Grindstone Theater. Been doing improv and stand-up for about a year and a half now. This is a great place for up-and-coming artists of all types: improv, stand-up, sketch comedy, all types of things. They are currently closed for the holidays, but they will be back in the new year. I think January 2nd is their first day of operation. I am going to shout out, at this point, I'm going to shout out two things. One, their weekly open mics for stand-up. If you're a new stand-up and you want to try out some stuff, they have an open mic every Wednesday at around 10 p.m. It is pretty late open mic, which I understand if that's a hang-up, but it's also a great place for you to possibly get your name on a list and try out a set if you've been fiending for trying out some stand-up. It's a great and welcoming environment. I also want to shout out Mixtape Improv's Press Play Improv Jams. If you wanted to try out improv for a while and you don't have the money to take a class or anything, Press Play is your best option. They run a jam weekly every Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. at the Grindstone Theater. It's a great, welcoming, inclusive environment, and I know because I've been there since last November. It's just a great place to strut your stuff, try some improv, learn some skills, and make some friends, because I've made a lot of friends this past year through Mixtape Improv. So definitely check those two events out if you can. They're weekly events, so I thought I'd give them a shout out in the new year. That's enough rambling from me. Where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me in the X and Blue Sky at That Canada, Instagram and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me over at Our Local Establishment on YouTube and Twitch, where you can find me doing The Point of View every Sunday morning, where I chat the world of sports of the past week. We're almost at the end of our NFL predictions. We just picked our picks for Week 17. Week 18 upcoming. We didn't actually get to make any picks for Thursday or the Saturday games because the schedule's not out yet. Goddamn NFL. But we will make those picks over the week and the rest of the NFL picks this upcoming weekend for the final week of picks. And then you can find me over there. Marvel Talk will return in the new year because we have Wonder Man coming out in January. So we're going to be covering the Wonder Man series over there on Marvel Talk over on Our Local Establishment. And so much more great stuff you can find out at Our Local Establishment on YouTube and on Twitch. But you can find me right here on Backbreaker Video on the Pop Spot. We got so much more coming up in the new year. So make sure you tune into that because we got so much great content coming. And then Mike has so much great content over on Backbreaker Video, so much great content in the archives. You want to see all that, you definitely want to check it out. And you can see his AEW watch-alongs on YouTube, but you can also see them live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, where you can follow him every Wednesday, Saturday, and pay-per-views, and Thursdays when Collision's on Thursdays. And then he also does great gaming content over there on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. All the great gaming content. You see replays of that gaming content, Twitch or YouTube.com/@backbreaker_gaming for all the great replays of his great gaming content. One more shout out to our Real Canadian Wrestling over there on Facebook. We want to shout them out, and I want to thank them for bringing me back into the ring announcing fold this year. It's been a real great time getting back into being involved in professional wrestling, and I got so much more coming for the rest of the year, and I'm super excited about it.
Can I get a pop for that?
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. And in this case, whoop, whoop. That has been the end of our final pop spot of the year. I want to thank everyone for watching because genuinely, we appreciate all the support. We very much enjoy doing this, and we can't wait to keep doing it and bringing you so much more great content in the new year. But until then, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Media to keep watching the Pop Spot and keep popping about all the spots in indie wrestling, just like us. And until next time, I love you all. Stay poppin'. Bye-bye.